Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I am Knock, your host. We are here today to reminisce and wax nostalgic. I have been playing with Night Witches again. Everybody on the forums and others that I talk to keep telling me the Night Witch is dead at Builder Hall 7. The Night Witch is no longer a viable troop. The Night Witch is no longer useful. Man, I gotta tell you, that ain't true. I've been using the Night Witch as part of my Mitch attack since Builder Hall 6. I mean, right now on my CoC von Nacht account, that's all I do is Mitch attacks. I got beta minions to level 14, and I just got level 13 Night Witches done over there, and I'm working on level 14. Here on my main game, the flagship game Noctair, I just wrapped level 14 Night Witches today. Yesterday, I want to say late afternoon, I went in and took a look at my battle logs on all of the Builder Hall 6 and Builder Hall 7 games I was playing, and literally 3 or 4 out of the 10 that were in there had witches in them. So, I don't know why people think the Night Witch is dead. I mean, these are games running from 3,000 trophies all the way up to 4,700 trophies I think I was at yesterday on this one. So, lots of Night Witch attacks happening. I've saved off a few replays to show you. I had to go back and regenerate them today when the server was reset, but without further ado, let's hop into a couple. We'll start off with something that I definitely don't see very often, and that is a Mass Night Witch attack. Typically, Mass Night Witches don't do very well because there are a lot of things that can very quickly and very easily take them down. But in this case, I have a rather poorly placed multi-mortar, and I didn't realize it until the Night Witches came in on this particular attack. So they're able to get the number one Night Witch defense down right away. Of course, the secondary would be the Roaster, which I have under construction. So, not a whole lot to really slow those Night Witches down. I think they managed to avoid the giant bombs, or the mega mines, so that's not an issue. And those bats make short work of the giant cannon as they get too close to that. So, I mean, this attack it's a textbook Mass Night Witch attack. It's perfectly set for this base. This player completely and totally dismantled it right up the alley there from the one corner to the next. It's a beautiful 3-star. Next few ones I have here are GiWitch attacks. This one's against the Phoenix Abyss base. And he comes in from the top. Yeah, I'm going to speed this up for a second here because it takes a little bit for him to get his giant in there, and giants are pretty slow moving. There we go. So we've got the standard deployment from the top corner there. Use the giant to find any nasties along the way, and then use them again to feel for any mines, like that mega mine that they just took out. As well as to distract for the Night Witches as they try to get in there to go after that multi-mortar, which, as I've said before, is the WMD for Night Witches. I don't think his battle machine went the direction he wanted. I think he wanted it to go to the left. But in this case, going to the right worked out for him, and most of this stuff generally stays far enough outside of the range or is actually in motion when the giant cannon fires that it doesn't really present a problem for him. So he's able to fairly quickly work his way around the outside of the base and then start focusing some troops inward. Typically the bats, but the Night Witches move in pretty quick as well. They've got a really nice range, taking things out from the outside. And as long as he's distracting that Roaster while the Night Witches work their way in and then finally ends up, they take it out, works out great. Funny thing is that the giant cannon, the thing that everybody's so worried about, is the last thing to go down in this attack. 100% 3-star. I think every single one of my bases right now has something under construction. Be honest, I think that's how it is for most people who have been coming out of the Battle Fest and just putting things down like crazy. A lot of people who rushed are now trying to kind of recover from that rush. I got to say, I've been seeing a lot of bases in the lower 3,000 trophy range that I would call them like a level 3 Builder Hall 7 or a level 4 Builder Hall 7 because most of the defenses are level 3 or level 4. There's a few level 5 and level 6s down there, but I think a lot of people are just hyper rushing to get to the Builder Hall 7. And that's all right. I mean, it works out fine, and it's allowed some of my games to boost up a bit that were at level 5 and level 6. I think my Phoenix Abyss game is still cruising down around 31, 3200, which would make sense because it's a level 3, level 4 Builder Hall 7, so that's right about where it belongs. But these Night Witches at the upper levels, and I think I want to say most of these attacks are above 4,000. I'd have to go back and double check the trophies, but I'm pretty sure all these Builder Hall 7 bases other than Phoenix Abyss are above 4,000. So most of these Night Witch attacks that you're going to see are level 14 Night Witches. Either the player got it up to level 14 during the Battle Fest, or maybe they got it up to level 14 afterwards. But I don't think I have anything but level 14 attacks on the defensive side. Now, on the offensive side, my own, I have a level 13 Night Witch on both CoC van Nacht as well as on the Noctaire account. Those I just got the level 14 upgrade on Noctaire this afternoon. So my last one is an account or Noctaire account attack with level 14. But CoC van Nacht is still working on them. I think it's got another couple days to go. So CoC van Nacht is still running the level 13 Night Witch and the level 14 Beta Minions. Beta Minions always the first thing that I upgrade. They definitely show a lot of strength in here. Level 13 Night Witch gives you, I think it's about 10 or 11% more damage and hit points. Level 14 Night Witch drops 1.2 seconds off the bat spawn time. And I know that you might think, 1.2 seconds, what's that? That's nothing, right? But when you watch these attacks with these level 14 Night Witches, I'm telling you, that 1.2 seconds is a big deal. I mean, look how much more quickly they spawn the big horde of bats to get them out there. It's pretty impressive, I think. And I think that's why a lot of players who, once they get them to 14, are starting to use them more again. Everybody carries on about how, some particular troop is OP. It's overpowered. It's too strong. I don't see it that way. I think they're all roughly the same once you get them to a high enough level and once you become proficient with them. So first we had the Mass Night Witch, then we had 4 GiWitch. Now I've got 3 more attacks for you that are Mitch. We'll start with this one on the CoC van Nacht account. Level 13 Night Witch, level 14 Beta Minions. In this particular case, I completely screwed up. I didn't realize that my battle machine had not yet recovered from the previous attack. So I just went ahead and spammed everything at the bottom. I did not think I was going to win this because, I didn't have my battle machine. And I was surprised when, lo and behold, I in fact won it without the battle machine. This is a 3-star against a La Remontada style base. And, yeah, the multi-mortar is down, so that helped out. But he's got some decent levels on his defenses, so I still really didn't expect to do so well. But, it turns out to be a 3-star 100% win at the end. Well, actually, it was a draw because he also got 100% on my base. So I'm definitely not complaining. And it's always neat to watch the Night Witches work, even in Mitch. You can see this is another one that's just textbook. They work their way up. Their bats start taking out things that are targeting them on the ground. Yeah, you might lose one, but in the process, the other ones manage to hit it with their green fireballs or whatever, and the bats are going down and hitting it. And we've only got 1 Night Witch left here right at the very end. But, with all those bats, that's all it takes. Those bats just destroy, man. They take things out really, really fast. Let's see, 2 more from Noctaire. The first one, this is also with a level 13 Night Witch. And where did I come in on this one? I think I came across the sides. Maybe the top. Most of these attacks don't last but a minute anyway. Yeah, there it is, coming across the top. Again, standard deployment, throw them down, let them get some bats in there to ferret out any mega mines or mines that are set to air. Then we send in the Beta Minions, let them do their thing. They start wiping their way right through the base, right up the middle. Night Witches coming around the sides. After that attack on CoC van Nacht, I was starting to think, and I'm like, well, I really do have to start upgrading my battle machine toward 20. and he's only at 10, which means he's going to be down for almost 2 months straight. Maybe I should try a little bit later deployment with a battle machine, and I did. And you can see, I mean, first the Kus Van Nacht one actually won without it, but even this one had, 65% of the base, including the builder hull, down before I even dropped the battle machine. That's pretty good. I was really surprised to see that. The idea that I'm going to be without my battle machine is not exactly a pleasant one. I figure it takes 25.5 million elixir and what is that? 10, 25, 29 days of builder time. So between the time it takes to actually do the building, to do upgrades on gold stuff while you're saving up for the next building, and to gather all the elixir, I mean, this is going to be almost a 2-month-long process trying to get that battle machine up. And I'm not looking forward to that. Final replay. This one's a textbook diamond base. We'll come in from the top corner and let the battle machine take out that, and then drop the witches over on the side here as he gets closer. There they go. I also switched to using 3 camps and night witches again. I was using 2 for a while, which is what I usually use when it's a lower level troop, like, I do with my drop ships. But 3 seems to be a pretty good number, especially with the level 14 beta minions and their strength. As usual, the battle machine, drawn like a moth to flame, goes straight into the loving arms of the Crusher, so he doesn't last very long, but by that time he's distracted the roaster long enough that the beta minions are able to get to it, and it's not that big of a deal. Giant Cannon is definitely causing some grief hitting our Night Witches, and we're down to just beta minions and a few bats, but that's okay because we've already gotten the air bombs out of the way, and there's just that one lone archer who's going to be gone any second here. Boom, and back down to 3 stars, 100% win again. So I hate to say it, but the news that the Night Witch is no longer a viable troop is very much incorrect. She is still very viable, very usable. And I don't know about you, but now that I got my level 14s, I'm having all kinds of fun. What are we looking at for the upgrades? Well, we've got the drop ships and the beta minions done. We got barbs done. Did our Bombarian video recently. Got the Night Witches done. I will probably go back and try Whip again, which is the drop ship Night Witch combo attack. Don't know how that's going to work out. The first ones I did, not very good. Even against the Builder Hull 6 bases, just didn't work out so hot. But we'll give it a try. We'll see how it works out. Maybe now that we got the level 14 troops, it'll be a little bit better. Working on cannon carts right now. Since I've got them at 12, I did that during Builder Hull 6 when I was able to largely max the base, which was great. I thought, well, a lot of players are doing the Bombarian where they swap out 1 camp of barbs for cannon carts. Typically, I don't really see very many Bombarians, not straight up Bombarians. Maybe, 2 out of 10, something like that, 3 out of 10 tops. Usually what I typically see is 2 camps of Barbarians, 1 camp of Bombers, and then either cannon carts in 1 camp or cannon carts in 2. And if it's 1 camp, obviously they take another camp of Raged Barbarians to make their 5. But it's either that one or they swap out the carts with archers. Those seem to be the most prevalent Raged Barbarian attacks that I see right now in the game. And then there's typically a hodgepodge of others. Every once in a while you get a beta dregs or a mass beta minion. Every once in a while a mass baby drag pops up. Not typically dirty baby dragon spammers, but rather a guy who takes his time and lays out the baby dragons in a way that makes sense. But since cannon carts seem to be getting used a lot, I think we're gonna get those up to level 14. And we already got them started. Started them a few hours ago after the Night Witch finished her upgrade. So that is coming along very nicely. Halloween update has been released. Hope everybody's looking forward to that. I know I am. I can't wait to see what we get for our little animated obstacle. And what else do we have here? Well, the upgrades on the base. We have level 7 firecrackers, level 7 multi-mortar, and level 7 roaster. Those are all done. Got a few more walls to work on, I think, just to bring up the center walls to all being level 5. But the next big upgrade is probably going to be working on the archer towers. Since I want to get working on that battle machine, I might just start alternating between the battle machine and the archer towers over the next week and a half, 2 weeks here. See if I can't get the battle machine up and save myself the money. Upgrading the battle machine in one hit would be about $200. And although I don't mind spending a little bit of money on the game, $200 in one hit is a pretty big financial hit for me at the moment. So I'm going to try to go ahead and do him F2P style and just slot him in between 2-day upgrades with maybe the Teslas and then the Archer Towers. Right now we got one of the Teslas upgrading. So that, that'll be 4 or 5 other structures that we can alternate with him, build up the necessary loot to be able to do those. Are all about 2 million each. It's 2.1 million. So yeah, 2.1 and 2 million each. So that ends up being, what, 4 days? And we can stack and attack in between to be able to move back and forth. Definitely got to get the cannon carts done first, though. So that's my video for today. I wanted to talk about GiWitch, tell you about where we're going with the game. If you got any questions, any comments, feel free to drop them down below. I appreciate you sticking around to the end. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Help me build this channel. And if you like the video, hit like, share it with your friends. The more the merrier. Catch me on the forums. Happy to talk, happy to answer questions. And I absolutely love ideas for things to do for new videos, including new attacks. On that note, I'm out of here, and thank you much. Y'all have a good day and keep on clashing.